Now, I'd hate to sound like the terms of agreement that you have when you sign up for an email or whatnot, but I acknowledge Halloween is 4 days away, and technically this is not a Halloween show, and I know in the past the show that was closest to Halloween would always be a Halloween show. I would dress as Michael or Superman and Batman one year. I mean, to be honest, I could have came out dressed like a Men in Black, which would have made perfect sense, because not a lot of people know that I exist. Self-deprecation. I wonder if there's a pill for that. Well, anyway, with a fourth job and a second car that I'm maintaining right now, it's been such an even life for an odd guy. Yeah. Can I say odd ones out? No, because that name is already taken in this community. So let's just say, let's have a good time this week. It's the Rob Rodriguez Show. Don't worry, be happy. Insert any more oxymorons that we can think of later throughout the duration of the episode. Okay, thank you for taking this time. Let's start the show. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Rob Rodriguez. Listen, the way I can see it is Halloween and all these other holidays coming up, it's kind of like preparing for a hurricane. There are the people who thought up what they wanted to be in advance, got their decorations ready. Some already had their decorations on hand in an attic somewhere. I wish there was a light on in my attic. Shel Silverstein, great author, great illustrator, by the way. I recommend The Giving Tree. What a selfish little boy. Anyway. But then there are the people like myself, these Irma disregarders, like, I'm just gonna ride it out with my family in the house. That, sure, we're gonna lose some soffit, and then the insurance would take forever to fix our roofs. We literally just got the debris trucks to show up. But hey, as long as we can say trick or treat, we've all been tricked. And this year, we're going to have a bunch of children tripping over twigs and tree branches because those debris guys took forever. But hey, as long as we got cable and internet, we are happy. Aren't first world problems great? Now, I have so much reason to believe, with all my heart, that everybody is smart in their own way, no matter how you look at it. You know how to defuse a bomb? Good. You know how to build artificial intelligence? Good. You ate your broccoli today? Good kid. I mean, seriously, just picture the satisfaction that you must feel because you know so much on hand. Some things without even thinking. Others, you had to Google later, but at least you learned something new. Which is what we're programmed to do. We are programmed to never stop learning, no matter how big that diploma is, or the fact you bought or rented your cap and gown. Yeah, you know how many times those hats were thrown? I was probably pelted by like 5 of them at my graduation. Is that a bad omen or what? But take it from me, I don't know everything, and I can only assume that most of the viewers and most of our population don't know everything, unless they're studying day and night and, in simpler terms, have a lot of downtime. They would know everything. But, you know, we're the kind of nation that rely on Wikipedia, which, by the way, isn't the best source to get your information from. But hey, as long as it's readable information and trusted resources, gotta take the word for it. So think back, what was your favorite class in school? It was the class that you passed with flying colors, and you turned your homework in on time. You left the teacher the golden apple nomination without looking like too much of a kiss up. You really loved that class. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you gotta admit, there were certain lessons, certain things, certain elements that you didn't know. That you didn't know well. Yeah, trusty airbender. I didn't watch the show, so I don't know where that reference came from. But there were students who were a little more experienced and knew a little more. You can't deny that. Now, of course, you're probably in a dojo thinking, I will surpass everybody in that classroom for the 2.5 hours that class is in session. It is my destiny. I am Samurai, insert name here. I mean, you gotta be honest with ourselves here. What's better? Not knowing something or being totally ignorant? I mean, I'll be honest, even though I'm very old school, as I have to remind you every week on this show, I don't know everything about the 80s and 90s. Like, people could walk up to me and say, Rob, you were born in 1996. You know, if you haven't lived the 90s, you don't know the 90s. You wouldn't know the 90s if it hit you with a slap bracelet. If it walked up to you and said, hello, I'm Shannon Doherty. Have you lived the 90s, Rob? Have you? And to that I say, yeah, can we quickly flash my date of birth on the screen? Now, what you see, sure, is the date that the Scream movie came out. But it's my birthday. Sure, I was born in the mid-90s. But hey, I wasn't born yesterday. So, well, we have a lot of show to fill, so that being said, I'm gonna need a minute. I mean, friends are for a lot of things. They're to help pick you up when you're down. They're a shoulder to cry on, a shoulder to make fun of if it's slightly hunched. But you know, they're always going to be there for you because they're there for you too. Had to throw that in there somewhere. They also talk you into doing things. They're very convincing if they want you to do something. Like, let's say you're at the annual fall festival or whatnot. You know, the fair that goes to the park, very dangerous rides. The Ring of Fire. More like the Ring of Death is more like it. Yeah, let's say you're afraid of roller coasters. So, your buddies, real good chumps, they make you go on the slingshot. They're like, come on. Hey, I'm buying lunch next week. You in? Well, I guess. Great. Now, go on the slingshot. Keep your eyes open. And let's relive this forever because we're purchasing the tape for $30 a piece. Really, fares? Why are you so expensive? But even though your voice may be a higher octave after going on that thing, you still having a good time. And you might be on Facebook Messenger later, just reliving the moment. And that one buddy who bought the tape for a very unreasonable price, he converted it because he happens to be a multimedia specialist and knows this stuff, and shared it with all your friends and family on Facebook. You better hope they don't know your family personally. It better be those kind of friends. It's time for that weekly list known as the possibility list. It's kind of like when you promote your movie as a horror film, but then when it comes out, the only twist of the film is that it was actually a dark comedy. Alright, this week's list is titled 6 Rejected Ad Campaigns. Number 6. Pantene. Smells terrible, but I love the results. Number 5. McDonald's. Turn the M upside down and see the future. Number 4. These jeans hug your body like an ex-lover. Number 3. Watch The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. It's the same thing 4 nights a week. Number 2. Aflac helped me a lot with my medical bills, but can't do a thing about my earache. And number 1. 6 rejected ad campaigns. Walmart, when you don't have the funds for Target. Alright, and that is the possibility list for you this week. Well, that is the show for you this week. You know to follow me on social media. Please check out the second channel no matter how far behind we are. We're on a delay, let's just say that. It's a delayed flight to Hawaii, definitely. Okay, see you next week.